Welcome to the Building Wealth podcast, where we break down practical strategies to help you take control of your money and achieve financial freedom. Today, we're talking about something critical: the most common mistakes people make with their personal finances. These mistakes can hold you back from reaching your goals, but the good news is they're completely avoidable once you know what to look out for. So, grab a notebook and let's dive into it. First up, let's talk about living paycheck to paycheck. This is one of the biggest traps that keeps people stuck. Every cent you earn goes straight out the door: rent, bills, dining out, subscriptions, and by the end of the month, there's nothing left. Sound familiar? The problem here isn't just running out of money, it's that you're missing the opportunity to save and build wealth. The solution starts with a simple budget. Track every penny you spend for 1 month, and you'll probably be surprised at where your money is going. Once you've done that, separate your expenses into needs, wants, and savings. Try to aim for at least 20% of your income going towards savings or investments. Start small if you have to, but start now. Progress is better than perfection. Section 2: Not having clear financial goals. Another major mistake is not setting clear financial goals. Think about it. If you don't know where you're going, how do you expect to get there? Without a roadmap, you're more likely to spend impulsively or waste money on things that don't bring you closer to what truly matters. Start by defining your priorities. Is it becoming debt-free, buying a home, saving for retirement, or building a business? Whatever your goals are, break them down into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if you want to save for a house deposit, figure out how much you need and by when. Then work backward to calculate how much you need to set aside each month. When you have a clear target, every financial decision becomes more intentional. Debt can feel like a mountain that's impossible to climb, especially when it's high interest debt like credit cards or payday loans. Many people ignore it, hoping it'll somehow disappear, but that only makes the situation worse. The interest keeps piling up, and before you know it, you're stuck in a vicious cycle. To tackle debt, you need a strategy. One effective approach is the avalanche method. Focus on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first while making minimum payments on the rest. This saves you money on interest in the long run. If that feels too overwhelming, there's also the snowball method, where you start with the smallest debt for a quick win, then roll that momentum into tackling the next one. Choose the method that works for you and stick to it. Section 4: Not investing early enough. Now let's talk about one of the biggest missed opportunities: not investing early. Many people think investing is something you do later in life, once you've saved a lot of money. But here's the truth: time is your greatest ally when it comes to building wealth. The earlier you start, the more powerful compound interest becomes. You don't need to be rich to start investing. Begin with whatever you can afford, even if it's a small amount. Look into the investment options available in your country, such as index funds, ETFs, or even a diversified portfolio of stocks. The key is consistency. Regular contributions over time, no matter how small, will grow exponentially. Remember, the best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time is today. Section 5: Failing to build an emergency fund. Unexpected expenses are part of life. Whether it's a medical emergency, car repair, or sudden job loss, not having a financial safety net can throw everything off course. That's why building an emergency fund is so important. Aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses. This money should be kept in a separate, easily accessible account, not tied up in investments. Treat it as your financial safety net, not as extra spending money. When you have this buffer in place, you'll find it much easier to sleep at night, knowing you're prepared for the unexpected. Section 6: Falling into lifestyle inflation. Let's talk about lifestyle inflation, a sneaky mistake that trips up even the most disciplined people. Here's how it works. As you earn more, you start spending more: upgrading your car, moving to a bigger home, eating at fancier restaurants. Before you know it, your expenses have caught up with your income and you're no closer to financial freedom. Instead of increasing your spending, focus on maintaining a modest lifestyle and channeling those extra earnings into savings and investments. Treat raises, bonuses, or other windfalls as an opportunity to boost your financial progress. not as an excuse to splurge. Remember, the goal isn't to impress others with what you own, it's to build long term wealth that gives you freedom and peace of mind. Section 7, Overlooking Financial Education. Finally, one of the biggest mistakes people make is neglecting financial education. Most of us didn't learn about money management in school, but that doesn't mean you can't teach yourself now. The more you understand about personal finance, things like budgeting, saving, investing, and taxes, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions. Start small. Read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts, or take an online course. Even dedicating 30 minutes a week to learning about money can have a huge impact on your financial future. Knowledge is power, and when it comes to building wealth, it's an advantage you can't afford to ignore. Managing your finances isn't about being perfect. It's about avoiding the mistakes that hold most people back and consistently taking small, positive steps forward. Budget your money, set clear goals, pay down debt, invest early, build an emergency fund, avoid lifestyle inflation, and keep learning. Thank you for tuning in to the Building Wealth podcast. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use these tips. Until next time, take control of your finances and start building the wealth and life you deserve.